Nothing says elegant like a black and white card. And today on Stamp TV, I'm going to show you a real sparkler featuring the new Celebration Diva mini stamp set by Debbie Corbari. Let me show you the tools and products you need to make this project. First, you're going to need some ink, and I'm using the Memento Tuxedo black ink. Then you're going to need some markers, and I have an assortment here. I'm using the Copic marker E21, which is baby skin pink. I'm also using a colorless blender pen. I'm using the BG10, which is cool shadow. Then I have a couple of the Bic Market markers, and here I have one of the gray markers. This one is called Cloud 9 Gray. And then I have Rambunctious Red, and I have, this one is called Tiki Hut Tan. That one's a little hard to read. Okay, and then I have a Quickie glue pen and some glitter. And the glitter that I'm using is the Stickles Dry Fine Glitter in Stardust. Then I also have a couple of dies for my card project. I'm going to use the Spellbinders Lacy Ovals dies and the Spellbinders Standard Ovals dies. I have a couple of 1/4 inch pop dots here, a Cuttlebug folder in the Swiss dot, and then I have some stamps. And the stamps that I'm using are from the Celebration Diva mini stamp set. I have the Diva, and then I have the greeting that says cheers. Now I'm also going to need some scissors, and I have a little piece of black Organdy ribbon. This is the Gina K Designs black Onyx Organdy. And then for cardstock, I'm using some of our white and our black Onyx cardstock. So to begin, I'm going to ink up this Celebration Diva using some of the Memento Tuxedo black. Now you can use our Gina K Designs brand black if you'd like. Some of you like to heat set it first if you're using it with Copic markers, and others just use it right away with the Copic markers with no problems at all. But I also like to use Memento because I know a lot of you enjoy using the Memento ink, so I like to use that in some of my video projects. So now I'm going to also stamp the greeting, and I'm going to stamp that right in here by her waist. And I'm going to again ink this up with some Memento Tuxedo black and stamp that right in here, like that. So that's nice and close. You can see how nice and close that is. And that'll make it easy for me to cut this whole thing out using this ovals die. Okay, so now I'm going to color the Diva. But the one thing that I want to do for this particular card is I want to make sure that my Diva has a sparkly dress, and I don't really want to use any color. So I'm going to use some glue and glitter for her dress. So let's color in the other parts first. I'm going to start with the BG10. I like to do the outline first whenever I remember to, and this will just make the whole Diva kind of glow. And you can see I'm not using any special technique other than just kind of feathering the color around the outside, like that. And it's okay if you get some of it on the greeting there. That's not a problem. And I'm coming around this way, and then just right around her head, like that. Okay, and then also you want to do inside that armhole there, and that will help kind of finish it off inside. Okay, now my next color is going to be the baby skin pink. This is the E21. And there are lots of great skin colors for the Divas, so try a whole bunch of different ones and see which one works best for you. This one will give her just a little bit of a tan, and it is a nice tone. So I'm going to just color in her arms and her legs, all the skin that would be showing outside of this beautiful little cocktail dress that Debbie drew into this cute little Diva. I just love this stamp. This one is so much fun to color, and it just makes such pretty cards. Now some of you may be thinking, well, you know, I really don't make a lot of New Year's cards, but you really can use this for any kind of celebration, whether it's a wedding or it's a retirement party or it's just a congratulations on a new job. Anything like that will work. Now I'm going to use the Tiki Hut Tan for her hair. This is kind of a nice brown color, and it's not too dark, but it is darker than that skin tone. So I'm going to finish coloring in the hair. And when the images are small like this, I really enjoy coloring with these Bic Market markers, especially the ultra fine point ones like I have here. Just really makes it easy to get that small detail. Okay, so next I'm going to use a little bit of red on her lips. Like that. And then if you want, you can get fancy. You can add a little, here's a Copic C3, that's the cool gray number 3. You can add a little bit of gray to her bracelet and her earrings and then glitter over them. I think I'll do that here to show you. And also to her shoes to make them look a little bit more silver and sparkly. And then also, if you want, you can touch up her cheeks a little bit. This is the R83, the Rose Mist. Now this one's kind of a bright pink, but I'm just going to dab a little bit onto each cheek, like that. And then I'm going to grab the colorless blender and just kind of swirl it around a little bit to lighten it just a little. There. Maybe a little bit more on this side. I think I lightened it a little too much. There we go. So there, now she has blushy cheeks, which is always cute. Okay, so I'm also going to use that Tiki Hut Tan and fill in her wine glass there, her champagne glass. Okay, so now my next step is to add some sparkle to this. And I'm going to do that using the Quickie glue pen. I'm just going to start it a little bit up at the top of my piece of cardstock here, just to make sure it's flowing freely. And then I'm going to color in the little bits of area that I want glitter to adhere to. Her earrings, her bracelet, and of course this beautiful dress. And the Quickie glue really does flow nicely. Now you could do this with a Sakura Stardust pen, but you'll get a lot more sparkle if you use dry glitter, fine glitter, instead of the sparkle pen. But again, it depends on how much time you have too. If you want it to dry super fast, then go with the Sakura Stardust pen. But if you have a little bit of time and you can let it sit and dry for a couple minutes, I would go with the fine glitter because there's nothing like the sparkle of fine glitter. Okay, almost done here. Okay, so now I'm just going to use a scrap piece of paper and I'm going to grab this glitter and open it up and then sprinkle that glitter all over her and then tap away the excess. And you can really see the sparkle there. All the sparkle in that dress is so pretty. There we go. Now you can also add a little bit of sparkle to her shoes if you want. You just go back with that Quickie glue pen and just add a little bit of glue to her shoes. And then once again, add a little bit of glitter. And now her shoes are sparkly too. Okay, so now I'm going to assemble this card, and here I already cut out a Diva. So you can see that the Diva now has been cut using the oval, the Spellbinders standard oval die. And I also used the Lacy oval die, and I cut out a black Lacy oval. So and the reason why I did that is because I didn't want to run the Diva through the Cuttlebug while it was still wet with the glitter and the glue. So I pre-cut those pieces so that you'd be able to see it a little bit better and a little bit more quickly, and we wouldn't have to wait. So now I'm going to grab some of this adhesive and adhere the Diva to this Lacy oval. Make sure I have that nice and straight, like that. Now, once your Diva is completely dry, if you need to clean up any glitter off of the card, the surface of the card, or off of your table, you can use these Swiffer Sweeper refills. They're really great. They grab glitter, they grab embossing powder, anything that you have anywhere. You can just kind of rub it over the surface of the card and rub it over your table, and that will get rid of all the glitter, because glitter really gets all over everything and it's hard to get rid of. Okay, so let me show you this next step here. What I've done here is I've created a panel using a piece of black Onyx cardstock, and then I ran a white piece of cardstock through the Cuttlebug using the Swiss Dot Cuttlebug folder. Now I have a piece of our black Onyx Organdy ribbon, and I'm going to adhere that across the center of this card using a little bit of adhesive. I moved that, so let's check that again. All right, and then we can just adhere that to the back. So there is that piece of ribbon going across the center. Now I'm going to apply my Diva with some 1/4-inch pop dots to raise her up just a little bit, but first I'm going to attach this panel onto a white card base. And like I always tell you, add a little bit of extra adhesive over the ribbon so that it doesn't sneak out from behind. And I'm going to apply that panel onto the card base. Okay, so there is my card base. Now I'm going to grab this Diva and put a couple of pop dots on the top. And you can use a couple extras. I'm only going to use 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, but if you feel like you want to add a couple extra, go ahead. You can put them in other places, or you can do certainly more than just 4 on the back of this large panel. 4 usually will do it though. Okay, and then this Diva is going to go right in the center of this card. This is a nice big oval, so it takes up the whole card front there. So there is my finished card project. Try this same card with red glitter and accents, or dress her up in gold for another fabulous Diva look.